students, myself Bhupinder Kaur, lecturer biology from Government Model Senior Secondary School 3B1 Mohali. Dear students, we are doing the 9th chapter, that is biomolecules, and our today's topic is proteins. Students, the word protein is derived from Greek word proteos, which means first molecule, because proteins play a very important role in the structure and metabolism of the cell. Next, proteins, they are organic biomolecules, and besides carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, which are present in carbohydrates and lipids as well, the proteins contain two extra elements, that is nitrogen and sulfur. Sulfur is present in methionine and cysteine. So the proteins which are formed of methionine and cysteine, they also contain sulfur. Proteins, they are polymers and they are made up of amino acids which are acting as monomers, and proteins form 12% of the cell content next to water, because water is having the maximum percentage of cell contents, that is 70%, and proteins, they are next to them. So students, let's start the topic proteins. Dear students, proteins are the organic biomolecules which are made up of 20 different types of amino acids. Now, what is the definition of proteins? Proteins, they are one of the essential building blocks of the human body. Why they are known as building blocks? Because upon digestion, the proteins, they are providing amino acids, and these amino acids, they are combining further to form body's own proteins and a number of nitrogen based molecules. It is common for programs to recommend a minimum of 50 grams of protein per day. So daily we should take 50 grams of protein to maintain a healthy life. And these proteins, they vary in their structure as well as function. Why they vary in their structure and function? Because they are formed of 20 types of amino acids, and these 20 types of amino acids, they are combining in different numbers and ways to form a huge variety of proteins. Now, what are the general characteristics of proteins? Proteins, they are the most complex and most diverse in chemical composition. Why they are most diverse in chemical composition? Because besides carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, they contain certain other elements also, like nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, and also certain elements in traces like iron, copper, iodine, manganese and zinc. So proteins, they are diverse in chemical composition because they are containing a number of elements in themselves. Their molecular weight, it can be 5,000 to 30 lakhs. So it can be very low or it can be very high. And they are the most important of the biological substances, being the fundamental constituent of cell cytoplasm. We all know that 12% of the cell contents, that is made up of proteins. The highest percentage is of water, and next to water it is the proteins which are making the cell contents. Proteins not only supply heat and energy, but they also provide materials for building and repair within our body. And when the proteins, they are in excess, then they can be temporarily stored in the body for the future use. So these are the general characteristics of proteins. Now students, the proteins, they are of two types based upon their composition. First is simple proteins, second is complex or conjugated proteins. Now students, the simple proteins, they are made up of only amino acids. Whereas in complex or conjugated proteins, besides amino acids, certain non-amino acid groups are present, and these non-amino acid groups, they are known as prosthetic group. So in conjugated proteins, besides amino acids, certain other groups they are also present. For example, in nucleoproteins, besides proteins, nucleic acids they are present. In lipoproteins, besides proteins, lipids they are present. So here lipids, that is the prosthetic group. So we can say that lipoproteins, they are conjugated or complex proteins because in them, besides amino acid, certain non-amino acid groups they are also present. Students, albumins and globulins, these are the examples of simple proteins because they are made up of only amino acids. Now, what is the structure of proteins? We all know that proteins, they are made up of amino acids, and these amino acids, they are linked with one another with the help of which type of bond? With the help of peptide bond. And this peptide bond is formed between carboxyl group of one amino acid and the amino group of the next amino acid. So both of these groups, they are involved in the formation of peptide bond, and this peptide bond, it will help in the linking of amino acids to form a protein molecule. So the proteins, they are made up of amino acids, and these amino acids, they are linked with one another with the help of peptide bond. Now students, next is structure of proteins. So there are 4 levels of structural organization of proteins. First is the primary structure, second secondary, third tertiary and fourth quaternary. प्राइमरी स्ट्रक्चर स्टूडेंट डिटरमाइन हो रही है बाय द नंबर एंड सीक्वेंस ऑफ अमाइनो एसिड, कि किसी एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोटीन मॉलिक्यूल में नंबर और सीक्वेंस क्या है अमाइनो एसिड का. सो दैट इज द प्राइमरी स्ट्रक्चर. If the primary structure or the polypeptide chain which is formed by the linking of desired number of amino acid, if it gets folded, अगर उसकी folding हो रही है, twisting हो रही है, then it will acquire the secondary structure. अगर secondary structure further fold हो रही है, then it will acquire the tertiary structure. एंड क्वाटनरी स्ट्रक्चर स्टूडेंट्स उन प्रोटीन्स के द्वारा शो होती है विच आर हैविंग मोर देन 2 पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन्स एंड दे आर arranged differently with one another. So this is the quaternary structure. So students, let us discuss all of these structures one by one. So first is the primary structure. We all know that primary structure, that is determined by the number and by the sequence of amino acid. कि किसी particular amino protein में number क्या है amino acids का और उनका sequence क्या है. What is the first amino acid, what is the second and what is the third. Now student, in a polypeptide chain, जो left end है that is represented by the first amino acid. और जो राइट एंड है दैट इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय द लास्ट अमाइनो एसिड. एंड इन द लेफ्ट एंड विच इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय द फर्स्ट अमाइनो एसिड, amino group is present. Therefore this is known as N-terminal. Whereas in the right end, which is represented by the last amino acid, the COOH group is free. So this is known as C-terminal. So clear what is N-terminal and what is C-terminal? The N-terminal is the left end of the polypeptide chain, whereas the C-terminal, that is the right end of the polypeptide chain. So primary structure means what is the number and what is the sequence of amino acid. So this is a long polypeptide chain, and we can see that in this polypeptide chain, what is the number of amino acids? There are 11. There are 11 amino acids, and what is the sequence? पहला amino acid, that is methionine, second is glycine, third is alanine,
fourth is proline, and so on. So the number and the sequence, it determines the primary structure. Now next, secondary structure. Secondary structure of proteins refers to the shape in which the polypeptide chain can exist. कि वो जो पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन है वो किस शेप में एग्जिस्ट करता है, दैट इज नोन एज द सेकेंडरी स्ट्रक्चर. तो वो किस शेप में एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है, दैट विल बी बिकॉज ऑफ द ट्विस्टिंग एंड फोल्डिंग ऑफ द पॉलीपेप्टाइड chain. And the secondary structure is of two types. One is the alpha helix and second is the beta pleated sheet structure. अल्फा हेलिक्स में स्टूडेंट्स जो पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन है दैट इज स्पायरली कॉइल्ड अराउंड एन एक्सेस. जैसे तुमने रिवॉल्विंग स्टेयर केस देखी होंगी, तो ये स्पायरली कॉइल्ड है लाइक अ स्प्रिंग ऑल्सो. और स्टूडेंट जो डायरेक्शन है कॉइलिंग की दैट इज क्लॉकवाइज, एंड दिस इज ऑल्सो नोन एज राइट हैंडेड. राइट हैंडेड किसको कहते हैं कि जब डायरेक्शन कॉइलिंग की क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में है. सो प्रोटीन्स में मोस्टली जो डायरेक्शन है कॉइलिंग की दैट इज क्लॉकवाइज. सो वी कैन से दैट प्रोटीन्स दे हैव राइट हैंडेड अल्फा हेलिक्स. और अल्फा हेलिक्स स्ट्रक्चर को मेंटेन किसने किया है स्टूडेंट्स? द स्ट्रक्चर दैट इज मेंटेन्ड बाय हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स जो कि फॉर्म्ड हुए हैं बिटवीन CO एंड द NH ग्रुप्स. सो अल्फा हेलिकल फॉर्म्स में पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन जो है दैट इज spirally coiled and it is mostly right-handed. Now students, the keratin proteins which is present in our hair and the collagen protein which is present in the muscles that is having alpha helical structure. So here we can see that the hydrogen bonds which are present between the CO and the NH group, they are maintaining the alpha helical form. Now next, beta pleated sheet structure. Beta pleated शीट स्ट्रक्चर में स्टूडेंट्स पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन जो है वो फोल्ड हो गई है. जैसे हम कपड़े को फोल्ड करते हैं, सिमिलरली पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन इट हैज़ get folded like folds of drapery, like we fold the clothes. ठीक है. So in beta pleated sheet structure the polypeptide chain it gets folded with one another, and folding, due to the folding, these groups, the CO and the NH groups, they come closer to one another, and this will result in the formation of hydrogen bonds. So beta pleated sheet structure जो है that is also maintained by the hydrogen bonds which are formed between the CO and the NH groups. So beta pleated sheet structure में polypeptide chain it gets folded with one another. And what is the example of beta pleated sheet structure? It is the fibroin protein. Fibroin protein, students, which is present in the silk fibers, that is having beta pleated sheet structure. So here we can also see that the polypeptide chain it has get folded with one another, and due to the folding the CO and the NH groups they have come closer to one another. So hydrogen bonds will be formed between these folds and they will stabilize the beta pleated sheet structure. Now next, third is the tertiary structure of proteins. If the secondary structure of proteins it gets further coiled, if it gets further folded, then it will form the then it will form the tertiary structure. Now students, when the polypeptide chain which is having the secondary structure, if it gets further folded, अगर उसकी further folding हो रही है, further coiling हो रही है, then many groups they are coming closer to one another. And when many groups they come closer to one another, then a number of bonds they are formed between these groups, like hydrogen bonds they are present, but besides hydrogen bonds, disulfide linkages, van der Waals forces of attractions, hydrophobic interactions, electrostatic forces of attractions, which are also known as ionic bonds. So a number of bonds they will be formed and they will maintain the tertiary structure. Now student, one important thing. The tertiary structure of proteins, it determines the biological activity of proteins. Biological activity, when the proteins they start doing functions, when they will start doing functions, when they will acquire the tertiary structure. So when the proteins they acquire their tertiary structure, they become biologically active. Clear students? And when we heat the protein, जब हम प्रोटीन्स की हीटिंग करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, तो उसकी टर्शरी स्ट्रक्चर जो है इट गेट्स डिस्टर्ब्ड. So when the tertiary structure it gets disturbed, so naturally it will lose its biological activity. Now why upon heating a protein is losing its tertiary structure? Because of the breaking of these types of bonds जो कि tertiary structure को maintain करते हैं. So upon heating, the tertiary structure is lost, and once the tertiary structure is lost, the protein it will lose its biological activity. So student, this is very important that which structure determines the biological activity of proteins. It is the tertiary structure which determines the biological activity of the protein. And students, when the protein acquire its tertiary structure, then it can take two forms, either fibrous form or globular form. And because of these, the proteins they are further classified into two types, fibrous and globular proteins, which we will do further. So students, these are the different types of bonds which are maintaining the tertiary structure. Why? Because of the further coiling of the secondary structure, various groups they have come closer to one another. So they have resulted into the formation of number of bonds like hydrogen bonds, disulfide bridges or linkages they are formed, hydrophobic interactions they are formed, ionic bonds they are formed. So all of these bonds they are maintaining the tertiary structure. And again the proteins they are classified into two types when they will acquire their tertiary structure. One is the fibrous proteins and the second is the globular proteins. Now what is fibrous proteins? When the polypeptide chains they are running parallel to one another and they are taking the form of a rope, वो एक रोप या रस्सी की फॉर्म ले रहे हैं, then it is known as fibrous proteins. Clear students? And when the chains of polypeptides they coil and they take a spherical form, then it is known as globular proteins. So when the polypeptide chains they are getting coiled and they are taking the form of a rope, it is known as fibrous proteins. And when they take the form of a ball or a spherical shape, then it is known as globular proteins. Now students, fibrous proteins they are insoluble in water, whereas globular proteins they are soluble in water. Examples of fibrous proteins are keratin, which is present in hairs, wool and silk, and myosin, which is present in our muscles. And the examples of globular proteins are insulin and albumins. So students, this is the tertiary structure of proteins. Next, last is the quaternary structure of proteins. Now there are some proteins which are composed of more than two polypeptide chains, and the spatial arrangement of these subunits or different polypeptide chains with respect to one another, they will form the quaternary structure. So कई ऐसे proteins हैं जिनमें दो से ज़्यादा polypeptide chains होती हैं. तो what is the arrangement of these polypeptide chains with one another? That is the quaternary structure. And one of the best example of the quaternary structure is the hemoglobin. We all know that hemoglobin that is present in our RBC, and this hemoglobin is having two parts. One is the heme part, the iron part, and the second is the globin part. Student, heme जो है वो iron part है, metallic part है, और जो globin है that is the protein part. और ग्लोबिन पार्ट जो है इट इज फॉर्म्ड ऑफ 4 पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन्स, 2 अल्फा एंड 2 बीटा. So the arrangement of these 2 alpha and beta chains with respect to one another, it determines the quaternary structure of proteins. So we can say that hemoglobin is having which structure? Hemoglobin, it is having the quaternary structure. So students, clear ho gaya, this is all about the structure of proteins. And now we know that the proteins, they are having 4 types of structure. First is the primary structure, second secondary structure. secondary structure primary structure के further coiling से obtained हुई है. थर्ड इज द टर्शरी स्ट्रक्चर, टर्शरी स्ट्रक्चर सेकेंडरी स्ट्रक्चर की फर्दर कॉइलिंग से हुई है. एंड क्वाटनरी स्ट्रक्चर इट इज शोन बाय दोज प्रोटीन्स विच आर फॉर्म्ड ऑफ मोर देन 2 पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन्स. Now in the last, functions of proteins. What are the various functions of proteins? First, antibodies. Now what are antibodies? Students, antibodies, they are special type of protein molecules जो कि formed हुए हैं in our body for defense mechanism. Whenever any foreign particle which is known as antigen, it enters in our body, तो हमारी body अपने आप को antigen से protect करने के लिए स्पेशल प्रोटीन्स फॉर्म करती है. एंड दीज स्पेशल प्रोटीन्स दे आर नोन एज एंटीबॉडीज, एंड दीज एंटीबॉडीज दे विल डिस्ट्रॉय द एंटीजेंस. सो एंटीबॉडीज दे आर मेड अप ऑफ प्रोटीन्स. सेकेंड, एंजाइम्स. एंजाइम्स विच आर एक्टिंग एज कैटलिस्ट, which are increasing the rate of the reaction, they are also made up of proteins. For example, student, the enzyme lactase and pepsin, they are made up of proteins. What is the function of lactase? Lactase जो है students, it is breaking down lactose into lactic acid. Pepsin जो है वो proteins को digest करती है. So these enzymes, they are made up of proteins. Third, hormones. A number of hormones, they are made up of proteins. For example, insulin hormone जो कि blood glucose को convert करता है into glycogen. So this insulin, it is a hormone and it is made up of proteins. Dear students, hormones, they are the secretions of endocrine glands and they are required in very small amounts. So insulin hormone, it is made up of protein. Next, contractile proteins. A number of contractile proteins, they are present in our muscles and there they are involved in the muscle contraction and movement. And these proteins, contractile proteins like actin and myosin, they are also made up of proteins. So actin and myosin, it is made up of proteins. Next, structural proteins. Structural proteins, they are fibrous, they are stringy and they are providing support. For example, keratin, which strengthens the protective coverings like hairs, quills, feathers. So keratin, it is a protein. Collagen, which is present in our muscles, that is also a protein. Tendons and ligaments. Tendons which are helping to join muscles with the bones, and ligaments which helps in the joining of two bones, they are also made up of proteins. Next, storage proteins. Storage proteins, they store amino acids. So a number of proteins, they are storing the amino acids. So they are acting as storage proteins. For example, ovalbumin, which is present in the white part of the egg, and the casein protein, which is present in milk, they are acting as storage proteins. Last, proteins, they are also helping in transportation. For example, hemoglobin, which is present in our RBC. What is the function of hemoglobin? It helps in the transport of oxygen. So it is acting as a transport proteins. Similarly, cytochromes, which are present in the electron transport chain, they are acting as electron carriers. So hemoglobin and cytochromes, they are acting as transport proteins because one is helping in the transportation of oxygen and the other is helping in the transportation of electrons. So students, this was all about the functions of proteins. So in this portion we have studied in detail what is the definition of proteins, what are the various characteristics of proteins, what are the various structures of proteins. In structure we read about primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary structure, and we have also done the classification of proteins, that the proteins, they are of two types, simple or conjugated, or they are again of two types like fibrous and globular proteins. And in the last we have discussed what are the various functions of proteins, and there we have read that the proteins, they are performing a number of functions in our body. They are helping in transportation, they are helping in storage, they are forming hormones, they are forming enzymes and so on. So students, I think this topic will be very well clear to you. So students, thank you.